Howdy, welcome. Jerrel here. Today we're going to do a bit of work on Goobuddies. I will show the process of rigging a 3D model. A 3D model is a collection of points in a 3D space that are used to express graphics in a 3D video game. Now, in order to animate a 3D mesh, they have to be rigged. And when we start out creating a 3D model, they are not rigged. I will show you what that looks like. This is a collection of points. If we right-click on our model and select vertex, you can see this is a collection of a bunch of little dots in space. The dots are connected in the same way that connect the dots are created in a little book that you would get where you connect the dots and create a little drawing. This is very much the same thing, but in 3D space. There are no bones in here, there's no armature, so we cannot animate it. It is just a static object. Static objects in video games are easier for game engines to render. They cost less, but also they can't be animated. And when I say cost, I'm not referring to any sort of monetary cost, I mean rendering cost. What I want to make sure before I start creating my rig is that the bottom of the Goobuddy is mostly flat and level. This is the bottom line here. We will go to skeleton and create joints. Now I want to start out by creating the root, and I will set these to okay. Now I will set this root here, and I want to make sure that it is placed in a spot that is ideal for being the root bone. And I think just there looks like a good spot. Yes, that would be a fine root bone, just so. We will create one side first, and then we will mirror the joints. So let's go ahead and view this from the top. I think will be a good way to do this. And it's good to name these as well. Okay. Now if we select that one, and I will have to adjust these after I create them. I'll have to adjust them from a side view as well. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I want these to be quite smooth, so I will make sure each limb consists of 5. Enter just to cap that off. There's a shortcut key. If you press G, it will repeat the tool that you used last. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you can see I'm a little off center. That's okay. You can fix that. That seems centered. This one. And instead of actually clicking individually on the joints, you can use the up and down keys as well to make your way through that hierarchy. I do know that there are certain physical elements that these characters can have that I have determined will attach to a tail. So I will call that the tail. And I do also know that there are components such as wings. So I will create a component called back. And that seems to be where I want it to be. We also want a component to hold the game logic, the components, the visual components for the face. So I will go ahead and select that, create another joint, and I will call this one face. Okay, and that is enough. And see, we can replace the string left with string right. It'll replace those and rename it automatically. Okay, and if we press the G key, you see it will repeat the last tool that we used. So I'm saving myself a couple clicks here. It's just a little bit faster in terms of the workflow. If you have a high volume of work that needs to be done, it's important to find a way to optimize your work while not letting the quality suffer. I will select my root and the model. And now we go to skin and we bind that skin. Go ahead and just make sure that this is functioning as intended. Okay, I have copied and pasted the now rigged character model into the game project. That I select my eyes here, and I think I'll make them a little bigger, and I'll raise the eye set up a little bit, and I think that looks just like how I want it to. Now I will go ahead and set up my physics simulation for the bones, and we will select the root bone goo texture, since this is a Goobuddy. Okay, we have our new Goobuddy, and he should be all rigged up. I can create animations now. Let's just go ahead and hit the run button now and see what happens. All the logic should be working properly. These spawn positions also allow me to define where things such as attacks and special effects, where they are spawned. And we can see our Goobuddy now functions as intended, and he is fully animated. Now you see his eyes move a bit too much. So if we go to our script for our Goobuddies, if we go ahead and put face into the end bones there, and now when we move our Goobuddy, it is more stable. Look at his little arms. I think that's very fun. I have a lot of fun working on this game. This game is very fun for me to work on. Look at his arms move around. This is fun for me. This makes me laugh. These are my most favorite character designs that I've created. I've spent years working on Silver Falls, and I do very much enjoy that. But there's something a little bit special about creating monster designs. And once you have your creatures animated and they can do things like this, I find that very delightful. This makes me happy to make video games. Thanks very much for spending some time with me. And of course, if you would like to support the Kickstarter project, I will put the link in the description. Thank you very much for spending some time with me today. I hope you will check in again soon where we can do some more game development together. Take care.